Hi, Daly. How you doing? Great. So only had time to do. Yes, I think we're all running into some time constraints here, so I get it. Let's go ahead and take a look at what you have. Definitely. Okay. I don't think. Okay. Yeah, this is embedded, so that's cool. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm trying to fit this into my screen the best I can, but I can't zoom being that it's embedded. So let's just do this right about here. Okay. So it's a cool. It's a cool portrait. It really is, and it's got this really awesome, kind of funky perspective because she's definitely got her head tilted down, looking out the top of her eyes. And I think that's one thing that's not quite shown here that I think is really important. Now, don't forget your viewer's going to look right there, first place they're going to look. So you really got to get that kind of how she's looking down, looking out the top of her eyes. So her head's tilted down a little bit. You really want to depict that, especially with these darker areas up here that indicate there's some light that she's lit from above. So there's some shadows right above her eyes that kind of amplify the fact that she's looking down a little bit. We also have this light right here indicating the same thing. It's a shadow created by the light that's coming from above. So that is something I think that needs to be expressed in that subtly. And now, if you've been watching these videos, you hear me saying over and over, take it easy on your tonal variations. And Jennifer, I'm sorry to do this to you, but I got to do this again. I'm going to use this example. Jennifer had sent me this earlier in the week and asked for some critique, and my explanation was that right now there's just too much variation in the tones associated with the skin tones of the face, specifically comparing the shadow to the highlight area, which there's just too much tonal variation, creating these kind of deep shadows and these grooves in the face that make Al Pacino look a little zombie-like. So my recommendation to her was to slow down a little bit with the tonal variations, and Jennifer did, and this is what she turned in next. Conversely, this came after, so you can really see a nice subtlety going on there, and that's one thing I just really think it's so important to mention. You don't want to overdo it, but you don't want it completely flat like this. Although with a couple of well-placed shadows, completely flat would work, as you can see in that example of Marilyn Monroe in some of the course activities. I'm sure you remember seeing that. I believe that's in week 7. So at any rate, yeah, so definitely want to work on the eye areas, the eyes. The lips and mouth are not quite the same. This seems to be getting cut off right here, where her lips and mouth seem to be a little bit wider than what you're showing here. Also, watch the color of those lips, because right now the visual hierarchy is kind of pulling a little bit of attention away from the eyes and towards the lips. That's because the lips are so darn red. Okay, other than that, I think you're coming along very, very well. The hair, of course, the hair is going to have to be kind of, you'll have to finesse that hair quite a bit. Also, try to think about this. I know it's hard because the top of this is cropped, and I think that's an interesting decision to go ahead and fill in the top of the head. But if you kind of take a look at this, we'd see where that head is. Right now, I think it's flattening out a little bit. I think that hair might end up probably being a little bit more, have a little more volume than what we're seeing here. So think about it. Let me know what you think there, or just be conscientious of it. All right on, man. Good job. I think it's a great start. Good bones, good structure, really, really good foundation to work on. So you're ready to roll. All right. Also the eyebrows right here. Right here, there's not a real organic curve right there. It just goes boom, boom, like you want to watch that pen tool. I think that should be a smooth anchor instead of an anchor point. So think about that right there. You can see that point right there as well. So think about smoothing that out. All right. Good job. Any questions at all, please let me know. I'll be glad to clarify. Or if you're ready to post anything else sooner than the end of the week, have at it, and I'll be glad to make comments. All right. Good job. Thank you.